Hey, 7th grade, we are going to learn about adverbs today, so we're going to do this in 5 minutes. You've got a worksheet that you can do as you follow along, and here we go. Okay, so adverbs. What is an adverb? That's the first thing you have to know, so take a second and jot down what you think it is. If you put an adverb is a word that modifies verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs, then you are right. The one thing that adverbs do not modify are nouns. So remember that adverbs do not modify nouns. They modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. If you're still a little confused, you can use the adverb questions to help you, because adverbs always answer these questions: how, when, where, to what extent, or why. So look at the first sentence. She swam quickly. Quickly answers the question how. How did she swim? Quickly. So quickly is the adverb. The second sentence. I spilled milk yesterday. Yesterday answers the question when. When did I spill milk? Yesterday. So yesterday is an adverb. And you can look at the rest of those sentences if you pause the screen. So look at this sentence. This sentence is actually on your worksheet, and your job is to choose whether the word slowly that's underlined modifies a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. If it modifies a verb, write V. If it modifies an adjective, write ADJ. Or if it modifies an adverb, write ADV. We'll do this first one together. Harry Styles scanned the crowd slowly. What word does slowly modify? Well, you'd think to yourself, what question does it answer? It answers, how did Harry Styles scan the crowd? So it modifies the word scan. Therefore, it's modifying a verb. All right, moving to the next sentence. Yesterday, Harry Styles was amazingly gorgeous. When was Harry Styles gorgeous? Yesterday. And you can also say, how gorgeous was Harry Styles? Amazingly. So you've got two adverbs in the sentence. Yesterday modifies a verb, and amazingly modifies an adjective, gorgeous. Okay, and then you can do the last few on your own if you just pause the screen. All right, so in English, we form adverbs by adding an ly to adjectives. So the first thing you do is you grab an adjective and then you just stick an ly on the end of it. For example, if you have the adjective happy, you add an ly and make it happily. If you have the adjective sad, you add an ly and make the adverb sadly. If you have the adjective fair, you add an ly and have the adverb fairly, and so on and so forth. You can take a second now and do this on your own page. Unfortunately, not all adverbs in English end in ly. Some just are regular words that we use as adverbs, like yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Or like soon, later, and meanwhile. Or like anywhere and everywhere. You can look at the next section on your worksheet and read the directions and do it. All right, so that is enough of English. Now moving on to the most wonderful language, Latin. Let's figure out how we form adverbs in Latin. It is so easy. The first thing you're going to do is take an adjective. You're going to chop off the ending, and then you're going to add an E with a macron. The E has to have a macron. So once again, that is, grab an adjective, chop off the ending, add an E with a macron to the end of it. For example, if you have the adjective formosusaum, chop off the usaum, add an E with a macron, and you've got formose, which means beautifully. If you've got the adjective noesaum, which means new, chop off the ending, add an E with a macron, you get noe, and that is newly. If you've got frigidusaum, which means cold, it's an adjective, chop off the ending, add an E with a macron, you get frigide, and it means coldly. and so on and so forth. You can do this part on your own page as well. And then just like in English, some Latin adverbs do not end in E with a macron. Luckily, you already know all of these words. Not all of them, but most of them. You know yam, which means now, or hodie, today. Cross is tomorrow, hairy is yesterday, ubique is everywhere, and the list goes on and on and on. So to recap, the most important thing from this lesson is this. Grab an adjective. Subtract the endings. Add an E with a macron, and then you'll have an adverb. So temerarious, minus the US. Add the E with the macron. Then you got an adverb, temerarie, which means recklessly. All right, that was just under 5 minutes, so hopefully you got everything filled out, and if not, just go back and look through the PowerPoint. All right, good job, you guys.